Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So today I want to talk a little bit about Charles Barkley and his message for Zion Williamson in regards to his conditioning and his health. We all saw Zion Williamson have an injury that many scratched their head on when they were playing in the play-in game against the Lakers, which the Lakers took on their home floor. But, the Pelicans will get another crack at it against the Sacramento Kings on tomorrow night. But you got a lot of questions coming up now about, it's not fair. The 7 and 8 seed should just be locked in the playoff position. You have others that think this is a good idea because sometimes teams that find themselves at 9th or 10th has had injuries throughout the season, and so it doesn't really reflect their season if they got some key pieces back or lost some key pieces late in the season with what type of team they are. So me personally, I like the intensity of the play-in game, and it's the perfect opposite of, the 7-game series. You have one game, season on the line, especially if you're the 9 and the 10 seed. So if you're the 7 seed, you'll play 2 home games. If you lose, you know what I'm saying? But if you win, you locked in the 7. If you're 8, you'll get a home game versus the 9 or 10 seed, but you'll play an away game against the 7 seed. If you're 9, you'll get a home game and an away game regardless, because you got to win twice. And if you a 10, you just got to win all your games, on the road. So I think it's a really good thing, and you don't have that idle week before the playoffs, so you still get some NBA basketball. And this is good for a player like Kobe White to have this stage to show his ability and play at the highest level, like he did last night, 42 points, even though the stats don't count. So you're having a lot of debate going on there. Charles Barkley has some advice for Zion Williamson, though. Let's check out what he had to say.
He's lost 25 pounds during the season. He can't use the season to get into shape. He's got to learn from that. He's got to get in shape over the summer and come into the season getting it in shape. He made a tragic mistake getting in shape during the season. I hope there's a learning experience for him. You can't come into shit camp 25 pounds overweight. He looked bad at the beginning of the season when you saw his body. And you can see he worked his behind off to get in shape. But you can't get in shape during the season.
Right.
And, so I hope this is a learning experience, because probably cost his team the series, to be honest with you. Because if he's healthy, they beat Sacramento every game this season by double digits. And they would have had a good chance against Oklahoma City. Not saying they beat Oklahoma City, but they would have had a good chance with a healthy Zion. So he really cost his team, because even if they win tomorrow night, they got no chance of beating Oklahoma City without him. 0.
Okay, when I listen to that soundbite, Chuck makes a good point when it comes to Zion Williamson and his health. You come into the season already in shape. Sure, we love that he played himself into shape and that he obviously made some changes to when he's eating at night, what he's eating at night, to be able to play at a high level. Thing is, he was talking about ramping up training sessions. You still got practice. You still flying. You're still on the road playing games. You're playing 2, 3, 4 times a week. So, his body could have overdone it and not responded to it the way that he thought it would. And so he ended up with a non-contact injury. And that's how that works, man. You have to get in shape and already be there when the season starts. This is a lifestyle. So it's not just about exercise. It's about your rest. It's about what you're putting into your body to give yourself the best chance, to stay healthy, because it's still a grueling season for the healthiest players, so there is no guarantees. But what you want to do is put yourself in the best possible position to be durable. And Zion Williamson has had issues with his durability throughout his young NBA career. So, and I think it's worth noting that Charles Barkley obviously struggled with his weight in the beginning of his career, but he got in shape, and pretty much in his prime, Chuck was in decent shape. And we hadn't seen Zion get to that place and stay there. We've seen at times, he's gotten in shape, but it's all, you always see that he's relapsed after an injury and he's gone back into some eating habits, and so your body never forgets. So this is why it's good for you to just stay in shape, because your body never forgets, and the older you get, the harder this will be to do. So this is a crucial offseason for Zion Williamson. He still got markers that he must hit on his contract. I think they can waive him at some point and they don't have to pay him most of the money. So he should be very motivated, do his rehab, whatever it takes to get back right after this injury. And you just have to take this offseason serious. No distractions. Keep your shelf around all summer, because this is going to matter a lot, how the rest of your career turns out. Keep your shelf around, condition, and really get a trainer like where you're not overexerting yourself. I know you probably need to be in the pool a little bit as far as your cardiovascular exercises, because that's another thing too. You can overwork yourself, overwork your muscles, not do the right recovery, and still have issues. So it ain't even just about getting in shape. You got to have recovery time. You got to have the right rest. You got to know when to push yourself. Hey man, this thing is a lifestyle. That's what separates the great players and just the merely talented players that come around for a little bit of time. You have to be dedicated. You have to love it when the light's not on. So when the lights come on, you're ready to perform. But there's a whole 99% of it is going to be when behind closed doors, people ain't going to be able to see what kind of work you're putting in to get to that place where they see you and they're in awe and they're amazed by what you're able to do year in and year out. So if I'm Zion, man, you got to get the right people around you. Not saying they ain't, but if he got them around or he has access to them, he needs to follow their guidelines and their directions to give himself the best chance to have a lengthy career. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.